just so everybody fully understands what's happening here. Well, you have a skill called Sacred Flame. When you hit an enemy with Sacred Flame, they get a debuff called Repentance. So while you're on Serena and you are using Ascension, if an enemy is inflicted with the Repentance debuff, your high-powered rounds weapons get the additional fire damage on hit that it shows down bottom here. And based on my character setup right now, it is skill power times 406%. So you're going to get all of this, and that just turned your shotgun shells, like each individual pellet is being treated as skill damage. As soon as that happens, every pellet is skill damage. So then what happens is that shotgun effectively is shooting 17, 18, or 19 skills instantly. It's doing that right, like as fast as you can do it. No other Descendant in the game can do that. You have effectively turned her shotgun into 18 people casting skills instantly. And then that is modified by fire rate, and it's modified by multi-hit. So if you get lucky on multi-hit, you effectively get that doubled. So to make math easy, we'll say you get 15 pellets, and if you get multi-hit, you get 30 pellets. So like my shotgun has a multi-hit chance of 90%. So every shotgun shot is guaranteed to be 2 pellets. Like every 1 pellet becomes 2 pellets every time. Now, where this gets really fucked up is if I go look at Serena, let's go in here because I want to show you something else. It's not going to work in here, but I'm going to be able to explain the math.
Welcome, Descendant.
So sorry about the follows and all my alerts and shit being off, guys. I just want to that way you guys can see everything that's happening on the screens. Why are some using Smith and some are using X? It's personal preference. Smithereens has a higher fire rate up front and you don't need to ramp up into it. Executor has a higher fire rate overall, but it needs ramp up. The only time it really matters is on like the highest end speed runs, in which case Executor is technically slower because you need a ramp up, and Smithereens is killing in like 3 to 4 seconds, which is faster than the ramp up is going to be on the Executor. Technically, that's why. I like the Executor because it just feels better to me on the consistency, but I've got my best times with the Executor, but you can get good times. You probably can get better times with Smith. Okay. I'm not going to go over damage buckets. Hopefully you guys understand damage buckets. Okay. But right now I am missing a damage bucket here. And the damage bucket I'm missing is skill power boost ratio. That bucket does not exist in this current build. When we break one shoulder or any breakable part in the new arena, we get a 10x multiplier instantly in our first bucket. So we get a 10x multiplier, and then for any additional parts we break, so for the second part we break, we get a 12x instead of a 10x. For the third part, we get like a 14x. It doesn't get higher than a 14x multiplier. That is an insane fucking multiplier, and that shoots your skill damage through the fucking roof. So what ends up happening is as soon as we break the first part on the Ice Maiden, our shotgun is effectively the hardest hitting skill gun in the game. Doing this is what is causing the problem. It is all around Serena and the high powered round effects that she's getting on her high powered weapons. So that is why this functions that way with Serena with a shotgun, is you are effectively nuking the boss because of the interactions between her number 1 skill, her number 2 skill, a high fire rate, and a shotgun that is effectively shooting 30 to 45 pellets per shot. That is what's breaking the game. Now, that is a combination of a lot of things, but it all stems from Serena. Serena broke the last boss, and Serena broke this boss. Okay? So having said all of that, this works the best on a shotgun because the shotgun has the most pellets and has the highest fire rate. If you do this with a sniper, it's not going to be near as effective because you're not getting 40 plus hits per shot. At best, you're going to get 2 at best. And you could look at it with something like the Restored Relic, but the Restored Relic is still only going to get you 9 shots or 18 shots, which is still half as many as you get with a shotgun. It is all Serena. Trying to see what's contributing most of the issue. I've done it on stream. Like, we have shown that it is Serena with high-powered rounds. If I go in there and I run my AK without Restored Relic, break a shoulder, I kill the boss instantly. How does multi-hit come into play for Smithereens? It gives you a chance to proc. It gives you multiple shots to proc this. So down bottom, this high-powered rounds additional effect, multi-hit means you get to proc that. It procs on every bullet and every pellet. So if you're shooting 1 shot and it hits 15 pellets, well, if you have multi-hit over 100 at 100%, you're shooting 1 shot and it's getting 30 pellets. If you have it at 1.5, there's a chance that you're going to be getting 45 pellets every time you shoot. Does it make sense? So you're getting all of that insane skill damage 45 times per shot. That is what's breaking it. Like, that is effectively what's breaking everything. And the shotgun facilitates that on Serena. If I take a shotgun and I go put it on any other skill descendant, it's not going to do the same thing. If I go put this shotgun, if I go take this shotgun, we break a shoulder, and then I put the shotgun on Glay with unlimited ammo, it's not going to do anything to the boss. Because the boss has an insane amount of damage or health, and it's weak to skill damage. Does that make sense? That is the best breakdown that I can give you on what's actually happening. Hopefully that makes sense. That is exactly what's happening. And you can take a shotgun and go put it on Glay, and it's not going to do dick. And you can put other guns on Serena, and they're going to do well, but they're not going to do as well as a shotgun. It is the shotgun with Serena that is the problem, which effectively means Serena's the problem. Because if I put the shotgun on any other descendant, it doesn't do this. It is just Serena. And it's not a bug, and it's not a glitch. It is literally using her kit the way it's designed. If the majority of players, do you still think the game needs more nerf? What do you mean, Sprit? What do you mean? Do I think the game needs more nerfs? Because I'm explaining why this is breaking the game. I think that the idea is that it should take you 2 to 5 minutes to beat the Ice Maiden. I think that that is the goal. That is the idea, is that the game should be an experience of you trying to do something and overcoming a challenge. I think that the way Serena interacts with this boss and the Tormentor completely breaks the game in every aspect and removes the fun from it. Is one-dimensional thing, not thinking it through, it's just like the Tormentor? Absolutely. He's talking about average player base. Think above average, it will be in seconds. Yeah, because, like, this isn't good for the health of the game. If you have to over-design everything to the point that you have to build these bosses in a way that you either need some insane build to kill them or they're unkillable for everybody, is a problem. And that is what is going to happen. Because every time they put out a boss, it's getting beaten in seconds. But your average player isn't beating it in seconds. Your average player is taking minutes. But the devs are going to see that it's beaten in seconds and make changes based on that to try to prevent that from happening. And what's going to happen is it's going to continue to be punishing for the casual players, because the devs are not separating out difficulties. So because the devs don't separate out difficulties, they're just going to either make it way too easy or way too hard. And if they make it way too hard, then it punishes casuals. And what is happening with this interaction isn't good for the game in general. So, like, I understand what you're saying, Sprint, but the only people that, like, the Ice Maiden right now, I'm not saying make the Ice Maiden harder, because the Ice Maiden right now, the way it functions for most teams, beating it in 30 seconds to 1 minute, 2 minutes, is a good, fun experience, and people are enjoying it. What I'm saying is Serena is broken, but the average players. But where is what I'm saying? Like, I understand what you're saying, but where is what I'm saying going to hurt the average player in any way? What I just said, how is that going to hurt the average player? Because I'm not saying make the Ice Maiden harder. I'm not saying change any of the mechanics on the Ice Maiden. What do I think will happen with the new open world bosses? The same thing that happened with this one. They're going to nerf her because money, for sure. I think a lot of players are using other descendants enjoying the fight. So where is what I said affecting other players? Just nervous about nerfing more descendants or a second nerf to Inez? They're not going to listen to me anyway, Sprip.
Hey, listen.
Look at Maple's story. Doing over 12 billion damage per hit. Power scaling's unreal. Yeah, exactly. I only think they should have toned Serena's so that more crits. I could see that. I hear you though. And I hear you. Like, I don't want to... Guys, let me let you in on a little secret, okay? It's just you and I here. There's only a couple of us. I'm gonna tell you a big secret, okay? I want you to lean in really close. Lean into your monitor, okay? I'm gonna tell you a secret. I don't want this game to suck because I make money playing this game. I don't want to propose things that are going to drive players away and hurt the longevity of this game. I also advocate for your average player more than any other content creator in this game. I am always talking about what's best for everybody in the game. Like, the last thing I want is this game to fail because then I have to go back to work. So, thank you, Saucy. So, like, I want to make sure, like, I'm honest with you guys. You see what I mean, though? Like, I don't advocate in a way. What up, Saucy? I don't advocate in a way to break the game. And I don't want to do things that drive current players away. But I want to do things that's going to help make the game succeed long term. It's just what I want, guys. So I figured I would tell you guys. New players are literally the lifeblood of every game. If your game only has the same player base and it's not growing, your game is dead. Period. I don't think a new, like, compared to Gluttony or Molten. No. I think the new boss mechanic is super easy. Vol, thank you for banging me. I think the new boss mechanic is super easy. And I think the new boss is fun. I think the new boss is fun. I think the mechanic is a great mechanic. I think it works exceedingly well. I think it allows skilled descendants to shine of all levels. I think a lot of skilled descendants are very viable. And the fight is very fun and engaging for a lot of people. It's a very straightforward mechanic. I think it's a great, easy mechanic for everyone to understand. Because even if you don't understand what's going on, and you're in a pub group, as long as one person understands the mechanic, everybody's doing fine, right? As long as one person knows to break a shoulder, everybody's doing fine. So it's not even like it's a hard fight. All right, guys, so those are all of that was like my breakdown of exactly why Serena's broken and how it affects the game, why I feel that way. And me just like letting you guys know the way I feel.